What's poppin', guys? Welcome back to Sam Talk Sports. Let's talk about the Cowboys versus 49ers game, but from the Cowboys perspective. How did they end up losing this game? And what's in store for this team in future seasons? First off, I want to congratulate the 49ers. Incredible job, incredible performance. I didn't expect them to pull through on the road against the Cowboys, but they managed to do so. Huge props. But this video is all about the Cowboys. How the frick did they lose this game? I felt like the Cowboys didn't really even deserve to be so close to victory. At the end of the fourth quarter, they had a shot at winning the game still. But I felt like the Cowboys in prime time, they weren't able to deliver simply due to the rushing game. And I'll dive a little bit deeper into why I think this is the case. But let's look at some stats first. On the Cowboys side, Dak Prescott threw the ball 43 times. I know Dak Prescott has had a phenomenal year, but no team really should be throwing that many times, and usually that is a sign that the team is, trailing really early in the game, and that's why for the second half, they're compensating, they're trying to save time by trying to throw the ball a lot and essentially give up on the running game. This is quite similar to the Bucks versus Eagles game. I think Jalen Hurts also went 23 for 43 in terms of his passing attempts, but that game obviously was a wider margin because in terms of the two teams, the Bucks were clearly superior, but this was a much closer matchup. But I just couldn't really understand why Dallas did not rush the ball more. If you look at the stats here, San Francisco ran the ball 38 times, while the Dallas Cowboys ran the ball 21 times. So essentially pretty much half of the attempts San Francisco made. And even if you look at the overall attempts, Jimmy Garoppolo, he did not have a great game yet. They passed the ball, the 49ers passed the ball 25 times, rushed the ball 38 times. A much better ratio compared to the Dallas Cowboys 43 and 21. But I know that the Dallas Cowboys, they didn't really have nearly as much success running the ball. They averaged 3.7 yards per carry. But another stat that I think was really clear that showed the difference in this game was the lack of sacks by the Dallas Cowboys. Jimmy Garoppolo sacked 0 times. Dak Prescott sacked 5 times for a loss of 40 yards. This shouldn't have happened. If you look at the stats here of the total sacks per team in the season, San Francisco is 5th. So, I expect them to get sacks, and they got 5. Real solid, above their season average. You go a bit down on the list, the Dallas Cowboys at 14, kind of middle of the pack in the league. 41 sacks this year in 17 games, so at least an average of over 2 sacks per game. But they had 0 sacks on Garoppolo. Garoppolo seemed quite comfortable in the pocket, and surprisingly, he didn't have a great game. He threw no touchdowns, 1 interception. Alright, 64% completion rate. But, he was already this comfortable, yet the Cowboys weren't able to take advantage. I thought the Cowboys defense played solid, they made mistakes, but nothing major, So I really feel like for the Cowboys, I don't have that much complaints on how they ran their defense. The only thing I wish they could have done was to kind of calm the team down, especially a team like the Cowboys. The San Francisco 49ers ran out to a 10-0 lead in the first quarter, and I think that definitely led the Cowboys to start panicking. Alright, and if we take a little deeper look at this game, I feel like Dallas lost because of their lack of runs early on in the game. If you look at Ezekiel Elliott, 12 carries, 31 yards, average 2.6. That's low, man. And if you look at his postseason stats, in previous years, real solid stats. A lot more carries, a lot more yards. But this game, he wasn't really that big of a factor. And if you look at the play-by-play, this is going to illustrate why I think Dallas Cowboys, they should have ran the ball more, but they didn't. So, okay, San Francisco 49ers touchdown. In this first play, punt by the Cowboys, only 1 run by Elliott. The next sequence, field goal by the 49ers. 1 run here by Elliott. The rest pass attempts by Prescott, so just 1 rush attempt in the second possession. And here, we have the touchdown. 9 plays, run, 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 run. 7 of the 9 plays were runs. What did it result in? A touchdown. The 49ers, they were like, okay, they might run. Or will they pass? This opens a passing game for the Cowboys. So the Cowboys really should have ran the ball more, and they had success in this sequence, in the third, possession of the game. Yet after the field goal by San Francisco in the next attempt, they kind of tried to do this, but then, they're losing by 9. They were kind of panicking already. 2 run attempts, and they even got the first down here. But they proceeded to go with 4 straight passes, 5 straight, no 6, oh wait, 7, 8, 9. 9 straight passes. And what did that result in? A punt. Why would you pass 9 straight attempts? It doesn't make that much sense to me, especially since it was just the end of the second quarter. They had plenty of time left. They were losing just by 9, obviously quite a big margin, but not insurmountable. So we move on to the next half of the game. They start off with a run by Elliott. Prescott. Okay, 2 more runs. Boom, another first down. And then 3 consecutive passing attempts by Dak Prescott. Another possession gone. Interception, pass. And at this point, they're going to, they're down 16-7. Now they're down 23-7. After that, after the interception by Prescott. And then right here, no more runs by Elliott. And even my guy, Tony Pollard, he only had 4 attempts. That is inexcusable for the Dallas Cowboys, because look, this whole season, Tony Pollard averaging 5th in the league in average rushing yards per attempt, 5.5. Why did he only get 4 carries in this game? Does not make sense in my opinion. And at this point, the Dallas Cowboys were in pass mode because they were simply down by too much. So yeah, Elliott had 2 rushing attempts here, not much to show for it. And then more passes. And then this was obviously, at this point in the game, you needed to pass because no more time left in the game in the fourth quarter. So pass, 1 run. And then in the downs, when the Cowboys were only down by 6, lots of passes. And I'll take a look at the final play of the game, a little bit deeper later. But let's talk about why I feel like it does not make sense that the Dallas Cowboys didn't run the ball more. Look, like I mentioned before, 38 runs by the San Francisco 49ers rushing attempts. Dallas had 21 rushing attempts, so almost half. Yet they got the equal amount of first downs due to rushing. So Cowboys, why did you not run the ball more? And look, San Francisco, their defense wasn't that great this year, 23rd in the league. The Cowboys, they were stellar in every single aspect. 2nd in passing yards, 9th in rushing yards, 1st in points for, 7th in points against. On paper, this team should have moved on, especially at home. And while I acknowledge the fact that yes, San Francisco, as you can see here, they have the 7th best rushing defense in the league this year. So it's understandable for the Cowboys to not, find that much success rushing the ball. But as you can see here, they clearly could have tried to emphasize the run more, but they didn't. And, it's really disappointing because if you look at the stats of the Dallas Cowboys this season, Prescott, he's a really solid quarterback. I think he's a quarterback of the future for the Dallas Cowboys. And rushing, like I mentioned before, Tony Pollard, great running back. Ezekiel Elliott, real solid as well. That 1-2 punch accounted for 1,700 yards this season. The rushing game should have, been moving a little bit more in this game. So I don't know whether that's the play call of the, Mike McCarthy. Is he the one who should, take more ownership of this loss? Because I felt like he should have allowed his team to be more disciplined, because like I didn't even mention this yet. The amount of penalties, especially playing at home, 14, I think that broke a record. That is also unacceptable, especially for a team with Super Bowl aspirations in the playoffs. I mean, just these little mistakes, being undisciplined, cost the Cowboys a great chance at moving on. And even after all this drama, they still had a chance at winning the game at the end, but they didn't because of, that play